Let me ask you something. What if the traditional playbook for success, the one we've all been following, is fundamentally broken? What if chasing that dream life is actually pushing you further away from it? The journey to understanding this whole thing, it doesn't start with some grand vision. It starts with a single, devastating sentence.
Just picture this. You're out with a friend, having a drink, and they just casually drop this on you 15 more times. That's it. Let that sink in for a second. How does that number even feel? Yeah, it's a total gut punch, right? And you know, for author Sahil Bloom, this wasn't some kind of insult. It was just math. Cold, hard math. And that one simple calculation, it completely shattered his entire world. I mean, here's a guy who had it all. The money, the career, everything we're told to want. But that one sentence just laid bare the incredible cost of all that success.
I mean, look, Bloom was the poster child for success. High-paying job? Check. Fancy title? Check. Millions in the bank before he was 30? You bet. On paper, he was winning the game. So why on earth did he feel so miserable? It's that feeling, isn't it? The one a lot of us know. And yeah, it actually has a name.
This is it. This explains that hollow feeling perfectly. You know the one, you finally get that promotion, you buy the house, you hit that magic number in your bank account, and for a second it feels great. But then, poof, the thrill is just gone. You thought you'd finally arrived, but the destination just feels empty. Man, that question, is this it? It just cuts right to the bone, doesn't it? It feels like the silent scream of an entire generation that did everything right. We followed the rules, we climbed the ladder, only to find, surprise, just another ladder at the top. So what is actually going on here?
Well, here's the thing. The problem isn't that we're bad at playing the game of life. No, the problem is we're all staring at a broken scoreboard. It's a scoreboard that only tracks one thing, and because of that, it forces us to completely ignore everything else that actually makes life worth living.
And this is the trade-off, right here. A lot of times we don't even realize we're making it. We chase all those things on the left, the job, the title, the house, and we end up with the grim reality on the right. We might win the battle for money, sure, but we end up losing the war for a life that actually feels good.
And that's really the core of it all. What gets measured gets managed. It's that simple. If the only thing on our scoreboard is money, then of course our actions are only going to revolve around getting more money. We end up sacrificing our time, our health, our relationships, all on the altar of that one number. So, what's the fix?
It's pretty simple, really. We need a new scoreboard, a better one. A holistic framework that actually measures all the things that lead to a rich, fulfilling life. Something that gives us a true picture of how we're doing.
And here it is. This is the new scoreboard, the 5 types of wealth. It's such a simple idea, but it's also incredibly profound. It's a model for completely redesigning your life from the ground up. So let's break them down.
Okay, first up, time wealth. Now, this isn't about some fantasy of having more than 24 hours in a day. It's about having control over the time you do have. This is how you start to buy back some of those 15 visits with your parents. It's the freedom to choose how you spend your moments, which, as we've already established, are terrifyingly finite.
All right, next we've got social wealth. You can think of this as the actual texture of your life. It has nothing to do with how many LinkedIn connections you have. It's about who you're sharing your life with. I mean, who's on that short list of people you can call at 3 in the morning? That is real wealth.
Then you have mental wealth. This is all about your inner world, your curiosity, that sense of purpose, your capacity to learn and grow. It's about having enough quiet space in your own head to actually hear your own voice, instead of just the constant noise of the world telling you who to be.
And of course, we can't forget physical wealth. This is the engine that powers everything else. It's the health, the vitality, the raw energy you need to actually show up and enjoy all those other kinds of wealth. I mean, seriously, what's the point of having all the time in the world if you don't have the energy to do anything with it?
And last but not least, financial wealth. Now yes, of course money is still on the scoreboard, but look closely at that crucial little addition, your definition of enough. See, true financial freedom isn't about just piling up more and more money forever. It's about knowing where your finish line is.
Okay, great. So now we have our new scoreboard. Awesome. But how do we actually use it? How do we play the game differently now? Because this isn't just some nice philosophy to think about. It's a practical strategy for designing your life on purpose.
And the key is to think about it like this. Life isn't an on-off switch. It's more like a dimmer switch. You don't have to do something drastic like quit your job and move to a monastery. You just adjust your focus. In different seasons of your life, you dial some things up and you dial other things down, but you never have to turn anything completely off. So here's what that might look like in real life. Maybe in your early career, you dial up financial wealth and mental wealth, learning and earning to build a solid foundation. But then, say, you start a family. Suddenly, you're going to want to dial up your time and social wealth. That becomes the priority. See? It's a dynamic dance, not some rigid, one-size-fits-all plan. And to make this stuff really practical, the book is full of concrete systems. You get tools like the Eisenhower Matrix, which helps you figure out what's truly important versus what's just urgent. This is how you actually start managing your time wealth day to day.
And not just that, there are also systems for creating more time, like the hierarchy of delegation. The whole point is that this isn't just theory. The entire framework is grounded in real, actionable strategies you can literally start using today to build the life you actually want.
But there's one more piece to this puzzle, one final game-changing idea that really ties this all together and unlocks the whole system.
Just look at these two completely different mindsets. On one hand, you have the Sisyphus strategy. Think of John D. Rockefeller, one of the richest men who ever lived. When someone asked him how much money was enough, you know what he said? Just a little bit more. He was trapped on a treadmill. Then you have the freedom strategy. A billionaire once asked the author Joseph Heller why he wasn't jealous. And Heller's reply was amazing. He said, "Because I have something you will never have, the knowledge that I've got enough." That's a powerful difference.
And that right there is the key. This is the ultimate reframe. Defining what enough means for you financially. It's not about limiting your ambition. It's the exact opposite. It's about unleashing it. It's the one thing that frees up all your energy, all your focus, all your life to go chase the other 4 types of wealth, the ones that truly matter. So that's the question this whole idea leaves us with. And it isn't just some philosophical thing to ponder. It's a practical, real-world, life design question that only you can answer for yourself. So what is your definition of enough? Your new scoreboard is right there waiting. The only question left is, what game are you actually going to play?